Welcome to week 2 of the vlog, and there's a bit of a fitting it all in theme this week, as well as some inevitable Ironman content and one or two other little bits and pieces. So first off, Ironman, welcome to Kona week. Thursday, which is tomorrow, as this video is being finished off and published. Tomorrow, Thursday, is the women's pro competition. It's also the women's age group and some of the men's age groups, some of the older plus one of the younger ones, mixed up a bit. And then obviously Saturday is the men's pro and the rest of the men's age groups. I'm particularly disappointed, and I touched on this last week, that Ali Brownlee's not competing and Kat Matthews isn't competing. I think in those two, personally, and let me know what you think down below, and obviously there are others, and there are those that are, and I'm a big fan of Christian Blumenfeld. I don't dislike any triathlete, but there are Christian Blumenfeld fans. You name it, they'll trip off the tongue. But I had just a hope for Ali Brownlee, that he would come good on one before perhaps he gets just a bit too old, and in particular Kat Matthews, who's a huge favourite of mine. So having said that, who am I going for? On the men's side, Joe Skipper. I love him to bits. I think he's just got a great attitude and approach and speaks for the people. And Lucy Charles-Barclay. I just love her. I love her attitude, her approach, and just her sheer integrity. Speaking of which, though, not her integrity necessarily, but Lucy Charles-Barclay, have you seen her bike? Look at it. That Cube Aerium C68X. It looks just stunning. What do you call that? Glittering metallic pink? It's fantastic. But not only that, just take a look at the custom aero oversized pulley wheel system from Ceramic Speed. Good stuff. Now, in my opinion, that is a stunning bike. Let me know in the comments below what you think, but I would ride that bike any day. It's fantastic. Moving on, I'd like to thank John Douglas, who left a comment under last week's vlog. He had struggled to believe what I said about the Ironman store and the cost of buying from said store, in particular small processing fee, small-ish, but a major delivery fee. And incidentally, I perhaps should have mentioned this last week, it's because they basically take on DHL Air to get stuff from Europe itself to the UK, and that's where the issue lies. Anyway, John Douglas left a comment. It's there for you to read. He struggled to believe what I said, went on the store, thought he'd buy a visor or a run visor. I assume he thought he'd buy it, or perhaps he was just trying it out and testing the system, but he put in for a run visor at €26.95. That's expensive anyway, and when it got to paying for it, it's now €78.95. €78.95 for a run visor. Yeah, needless to say, he says in his comment he didn't purchase it. So, yeah, it's there. Ironman, please do something about it. You don't need to charge €50 to send a t-shirt or a run visor from wherever your store is in Europe to the UK. Loads of companies send kit, bigger, heavier, bulkier, whatever, for nowhere near that cost, and sometimes for free. I mentioned last week about Monday morning swims, and I know many of you make a lot of sacrifices to fit in your training around busy work schedules, family, young children, looking after family members, all sorts of things. So I just thought I'd show you a little bit of me struggling on a Monday morning early, because I'm not always that happy, cheerful chappy that I might appear to be. So here it is. Here's just a little interlude. My Monday morning. 4:45, Monday morning. It's that time you start to have a few doubts. It's pitch black outside. Ooh, not the most inviting of times, but you know that in 2.5 hours time you're going to actually feel really quite good. Company, well, the dog's having breakfast. There she is. Hi Woofer, yep, back to it. Good girl. And I'm just beginning to wake up, so I think it's time for coffee. Right, let's let that brew. Time to mix up a quick shake. Do I really need one after swing? Well, maybe, but probably not. But it tastes good and it feels good. And I can't eat breakfast this early in the morning. I need to have got going. So yeah, I'm gonna make a shake. Favorite little shaker here. This is a Lifeline, not expensive. Lots of shakers have a grid in the top to stop the powder or to help mix the powder. These are really cool. If I just show you down here and just tip it out into the top, this has a what I call a shake ball. It's yeah, it works really well. Put the water in the jug, put the shake ball on top on, and yep, there we go, shake made. Job done. Another good thing about this one, when I open it, just try and show you quickly. When I open it, the top has a little plastic clip and it just holds itself open. So when you're drinking, you don't have to hold the cover at all. Anyway, there we go. One last thing, I'm going to put a big ice cube now in the top. Keep it cold. I'll put it in the freezer just to chill it a bit more. Put a big ice cube in it before I go. And nice cold protein shake, recovery shake when I finish the swim. That's better. Bathroom sorted, dressed and ready. First caffeine in the system. Time to make sure everything's in the car. Bags in. Coffee in. Recovery shake in. Time to go. Love it how peaceful it is in the mornings. I'm now really starting to get awake. I just love this time of the day when I'm ready for it. Apologies for the light, but that's what it's like at this time in the morning. It's just gone 5:30. I'm at the car park at the leisure centre. Behind me is the sea. Just going to point the camera out to sea and walk a little bit towards it. You might pick up some lights. We'll have a look, see if it's just a dark black stream. But out there, there's lights all the way along, and most of those lights are container ships waiting to go into the docks. But where I'm pointing the camera now on the left, that's the seafront going along. And where I'm pointing the camera, 3 weeks ago we were getting beautiful sunrises there. Right now, there's just a bit of lightening of the sky that I can see with my eyes. But yeah, it's winter. It's dark. Made it. Sun's up now, session done. You're going to get the sun in your eyes, but just to turn around, just have a little look. The sun is now up. And it's a glorious morning. What a set. Got the recovery shake. Wow. So, nice start. 200 to 250, gentle warm up. 200 to 250. Oh, lovely and cold. 200 to 250 toe technique. 4x50. First 50 long dog swim back. Then scull 1 swim back, scull 2 swim back, and then own choice of those 3, and then into the main set, which is 5x100 times 4. With the first 100, last 25 quick,
then last 50 quick for the second, third last 75, fourth all quick, fifth recovery 100. So 4 times through that. Didn't quite fit the whole lot in the session. It was horrible. Yeah, that was hard work. So I'll leave you with a quick view of the pier. There it is. Time to go on with some work.
There. That's just to let you know that actually we're all in the same boat, and we all get those moments where we're struggling to focus or struggling to motivate ourselves. So there we go. Happens to me, and I'm sure it happens to a lot of you. The other thing is, I mentioned about a busy time. There's me, I'm trying to fit in training, I'm trying to go to work, earn the pennies to buy the nice kit I'd like to buy. Lucy Charles-Barclay's bike maybe for one. But also my partner and I are doing up a rundown house to try and get it so we can rent it out and earn a few more pennies, and it's costing us a fortune and a lot of time. Plus we're also putting an extension onto her house at the moment, and that's taking up a lot of time. It's where I was this morning. And just to give you a little sneaky view of what's going on there, have a look.
So here's a quick view of a little bit of what's taking up my time at the moment, or a lot of my time at the moment. Just thought I'd show you the life of a busy triathlete, worker, whatever. This is my partner's house, extension coming on. So we're now getting, the electrics are actually coming on quite well. We're almost ready to start fitting the kitchen, but yeah, there's still shed loads of work and putting things together. Just walk you through into the back. This is a room that doesn't need much, but still trying to bang in some PowerPoints. And yeah, so this is massively time consuming. I'll just show you out the window. Outside, it's a real yard. And there's a massive thanks and shout out to people on this, especially to Tom. Just head up to the ceiling there. Tom is the most amazing chippy, and he's basically single-handedly done the ceiling, done the roof, fitted the windows. Yeah, wow. It's a big job. And this is taking up quite a bit of my time. So, yep, there we are.
And then to add to the difficulty of finding time to train, this week I had a call out. In fact, there were 2 call outs. One of them was at 2 o'clock in the morning, but that one didn't come to me, luckily. But I had a call out by our alarm monitoring company to say that the intruder alarm had been tripped in our armoury. So that, obviously, alarm bells ringing. The chances were that it was a false alarm. The systems are extremely sensitive for various reasons, well, for the obvious reasons, really. However, got to get there ASAP, got there. Security have got the armoury surrounded. They can't get in. They don't have access codes to where we were. The trip was actually a PIR in the armoury itself where the weapons are. So number of blister codes, safes to get through different bits to get into the building, then another one to get into the actual armoured place where the weapons are, then a code for the alarm and more keys to get through. Anyway, it's incredibly, to get in is very difficult. So got in, and predictably the culprit was what I would term, and I do term, a member of ISIS. Not the ISIS that you might think of. Here he is, not a great picture, phone, not great light. Member of ISIS, the International Spider Intelligence Service. These damned critters, and I was going to say little critters, but they're not that little, some of them. One of these crawling around the PIR is enough to set off the alarm. He's no longer in the armoury, that spider, but I would say, and I'll let you know, no spiders were harmed in the making of this video. Please don't write in and complain. Okay, back to Ironman. Getting near the end now. Like many other triathlons, Ironman's having a bit of difficulty getting volunteers to do all the bits and pieces that make our wonderful sport able to happen, and us as competitors have a good time, that we get to the right place at the right time, get our racking done, nutrition and food on the course, you name it. There is so much that goes on. But Ironman's having particular difficulty getting volunteers to help for the World Championships on Kona. Not made easier by the fact that it's spread over 2 days now, a Thursday and a Saturday. And one of the decisions that's been made is to give the athletes less aid stations, so they won't be as close together. So I'm looking at my laptop now. So what it means is that in the run, there'll be every 1.6 miles instead of every mile. And on the bike, it'll be every 10 miles instead of 7 miles. Now, most of you out there, particularly those of you who do Ironman, will just say, fine, that's not a problem. And it may well not be for a lot of people. But Kona is particularly hot. It's tough with the weather conditions and performing out there. And also, the way it's happened, and with opening it up, arguably there are people that are, how do I put this without offending someone, not as capable, or there are elements of the field that might not be as capable as there have been in the past. A good friend of mine at the last Ironman I did this August, she came 12th in her age group. Great result, fantastic result. And just to see, she went to the awards ceremony the next day and the roll down. And her age group, and it was one of the sort of middle-aged ladies, her age group rolled down to 11th. One more and she could have gone to Kona. As opposed to, you've basically got to either win or come second in your age group. So things have changed. And a chap called Brad Culp, who is a journalist for Triathlete magazine, has picked up on that, and he's been on Twitter. He's got out there and made a few comments about it. And he's clearly not a great fan. And I'm going to quote now, because he adds a bit of an ironic message at the end of one of his Twitter posts. It goes, "Help wanted. Billion-dollar business seeking unpaid volunteers to help put on multi-day event on remote island. If interested, please book a flight to Kona and lodging. Volunteers will be rewarded with a cotton shirt they'll be required to wear and will sweat through in seconds." Bless him. I do sympathise with his sentiments. What do you think? Is he going a bit overboard? Is he raising the issue? Do Ironman deserve that? I don't know. I have some sentiment with what he's saying. But anyway, let us know. Comment below. Okay, time to finish off. What have I got coming up? Well, tonight, this evening, I'm doing a night MTB ride, so my lights are charging at the moment. Love it. So I'm going to get out in the dark. Great for the skills, and you see some fantastic wildlife around here. Hoping to see, amongst other things, some owls in the dark, just starting to move about. So mountain bike ride tonight, and this weekend's video, which is pretty much done, is the review on the Hoka Ona recovery shoe 2, and I hope you'll enjoy that, and that'll be going up this weekend. So thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please do give it a like. Click on that bell icon so you get notifications of further videos, and also share with your friends, let them know what's going on. If you want to catch up on a couple of videos, well, up there I'm going to put the video of the Glorify Unbreakable sunglasses, and if you missed it, there's a link up there to last week's start that again in English, last week's vlog. So thank you again for watching. Catch you next week.